Good day, everybody. Welcome back to Pokemon RCL Breakdowns. This is Season 10, Week 5, A Division. I'm joined by Gray. Hello, Gray.
What's up, man?
Kind of fucked the intro up, but it's fine.
I think we're good.
You think it was really good? Oh, God. Yes. So, Terra Kingambit is a terrifying monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got Terra Gambit in this one. And then yours is the Terra
Thunderous.
Thunderous, yeah?
Yup.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I didn't do my introductions. Oh yeah, so on the left is me, Viper, Atrocious Arbok. On the right is Mesmerelda, also known as just Mez or Duskmoon Dragapults. Yeah, my introduction's great. Good job, me. Yes, I'm scared
Mine's
of
going great.
the Gambit, Urshifu's also here.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, what Terra type is he? He's Terra Poison, and I'm Terra Water.
Right. Okay. And just off the bat, it feels like I'm just looking at the team. Terra Poison looks extremely difficult to deal with.
Yeah, there's a few
Outside
people
of
who use Terra
Ursaluna, so we'll
Poison.
see how he prioritizes that in this matchup.
Yeah.
Um,
Spinning turn
Interesting.
1 is
The
very
Bramble Gas
strange.
lead. I think Bramble Gas. This was his last gasp breath. I don't think he came to any more games. I think he was dropped after this. So, um, I'm not a big fan myself, but
I think
I
he's a
don't know.
funny guy.
It seems to lead okay here.
I think he's a funny
See what
guy.
happens.
We kind of go in circles of getting fuck all done.
Oh wow, it's not even playing for me. Actually, I just realized.
Oh, is my what?
Yeah, oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay, I'm on turn 5 now.
Oh,
Um,
is it playing now?
yeah,
Like,
it is.
yeah, okay. That's
Yep.
weird. I have no idea why that was doing
Yeah,
that.
yeah, very interesting.
Yeah, so it was at
Um,
this point after I got leech seeded that I decided I'm not playing this game anymore. This game isn't fun when you start leech seeding.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like after the first string sap that things were gonna
And
be
then he
tough.
fucking crit rapid spin. Why did that do so much? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that hurt
it's
for
kind
a
of decent.
crit.
That's nice to get right back out as Samurott there. That's a good play.
I even knocked off
Knock off,
because
yeah, go
fuck
ahead.
you.
Sure. I think maybe the spike is a little more valuable there, but it's nice getting the Rindo off.
I just think it's one of
Um,
those things where I just knew he was gonna switch, but I didn't know what to. So I'm just like, it's just better to knock off. I think
sure.
in general, you
Yeah.
never know when you're
Had you
gonna
already
knock off something
the
useful, right?
the Bramble was Colbert? Yeah. I think Cecil's might have been a little better there, but I think either way, it worked out for you.
Yeah, I'd say
Let's
so.
see. Um,
Theodu coming in to eat a sludge wave. Nasty Blood here
yeah.
was scary.
th-
I
that probably tells me that it feels like he's Yachi Berry. Um, that's pretty bold to do in front of Deoxys.
yeah, I regret allowing that, but I was able to finish it off
Um,
anyway.
Interesting. He's got the whole Glamora there. I get, yeah, that's fair. He doesn't have
Yeah,
to.
I don't have a spinner. And my
Yeah,
defogger doesn't have
it's been a
defog this
problem for
week.
you. So might as well go ahead and try to get up your own spikes. I don't
Exactly
mind
right.
that.
If he's gonna this fucking spiky shield bullshit as well. I didn't know Aqua
That's,
Cutter maybe not get hit by that either.
yeah, it looked like a genius play from you.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
let's
Looked
see.
like for sure. It's definitely intentional.
Mhm.
I don't even know
See,
why.
okay.
Do you really think he's spiky
Yeah,
shielding just for this 12% poison damage?
interesting. I see. I don't. I think Ursaluna was the play the first time around. Uh,
The
um,
idea there was kind of just to outspeed it and kill it.
sure, without having to take damage. I don't remember what your item was on this Ursaluna, but
I don't either.
um,
I also don't know if being poisoned here hurts me or if I was guts anyway.
I'm sure you were guts. I don't see why. Well, I think you probably were. Um,
Got a nice
I'm
ice punch off
paused again.
there.
I don't know if you paused it or not.
Did not. Why is that happening? You on turn
Oh,
22 now?
I just, uh, I'm on 22. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, I I punched the King
Oh, there.
Gambit expecting it to switch to Bramble Gust.
Right, and yeah, okay, interesting.
I was very proud of that predict. I don't know if it was a great
Yeah,
idea,
no, no,
but
no.
it
Yeah,
worked out.
that worked out great. That was a big play for you. It's a lot of momentum could be lost if you click anything else.
Yeah, well, that's the
Um,
thing. It's what do you call it? It resists and is immune to my two stabs. It just makes sense to always be a
uh,
switch in at least while it's still alive.
yeah.
So it's just fucking ice punch it, honestly. And even if like Crest came in as like a kind of bulky mon, it would have still done 20-30% give or take, which is then puts it in range of a facade.
Mm-hmm.
And same kind of goes with Glamora. I mean, he gets toxic spikes up again, but even then, it cripples him. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. No. No. I think all things considered, that was your best play, but it's just it's a brave one to make at that point.
Yeah.
Um.
Honestly, the worst case would have just been him staying in, I think, and just like
Yep.
either SDing or
Um.
kowtowing me.
Yeah. You'd
But
already seen leftovers, so there's no way he was doing that.
true.
Let's see. Uh.
I got
Oh yeah, yeah.
my
This is the Rocky
defensive
helmet
Lucha
Holucha.
gaming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh.
I was. Yeah, and not at this point because I'd obviously already knocked it off. But I was very concerned at the time about a protective pads because I kind of fucks with this whole set if it is.
Yeah. Punching glove could have been really, really, really rough.
Yeah, that's what I meant, not protective pads.
Um.
Same thing, basically. I was
Yeah. Yeah.
also quite
Essentially.
afraid when I saw this, but I had Encore for the funnies.
Right.
Not gonna lie, I actually
Uh.
I like my prep for this week.
Yeah, no, this
um,
was yeah, it seemed to work out pretty well. So you go into Ursaluna here. Let's see. I think the switch from him is the only one that he can make. And
hmm,
so I don't know what the other moves on Holucha were, but if close combat kills, that was probably the move there. Uh, although then you gotta start to worry about Gambit. Um, this works out fine though, because Thunder, you finally get to get Thunderous in.
yeah, U-turn did
Um,
not do as much as I would have liked.
yeah,
I think I
it
just
was
died of a. Oh no,
hardly ever
it
going.
Carmine's here. I
Yeah.
this was one of
Yeah,
those
this is
this was one of those times
yeah.
where it was very much a 50-50 play. He could have predicted me to Encore and go to this, or he could have predicted me to predict his switch and me CC his ass and go to Cress. And stay in with Cress, I mean. You know what I
Stay in,
mean?
yeah.
This is one of those 50-50 plays where I could be a genius and get it right, or I could look like an idiot and get it wrong. But really, it's 50-50 and I
Yeah,
made the wrong call, I feel.
yeah, right. Maybe he just made the right one. I think I mean, it's an extremely brave play from Mez for sure. I think he, I think he has to make that play, because otherwise he actually I don't know if it's brave, but I think that's like his only move. Because if he stays in, he's just I mean, well, I don't know. You probably don't do enough damage
No, I don't. I do nothing.
over the course of 6 turns. You might be able to kill it in 6 turns, though. Actually,
With Iron Head? I don't
um,
know, dude.
it the well, I mean, with close combat iron, he doesn't know what you have. Um, that's what I'm saying.
So,
I'm trying to think if this is the right play from Mez or not. Obviously it worked, so it was, but I think uh. I'm trying to think like yeah, well, Calm Mind has 32 PP as well. Okay, then yeah, he had to switch at some point. The only other thing I could see him doing is waiting until you would have to encore again and then switch. But then it feels a little even riskier and feels like you have even less of a choice.
mm,
So maybe this is his only chance. And I guess in your situation, is that the time you go for it then? I I mean, as we're gonna see, if well, anyway, we'll go ahead and play it. I seem to recall what happens here, but yeah, not tarrying is an interesting is
yes.
unfortunate.
Not tearing kind of like I know it was like it makes it look a lot bigger, but it kind of doesn't actually matter. I don't think because all that really happened was he terrors, I don't kill, he kills me, I go to Iron Valiant and I kill him.
No, I think he goes to Cress on Val, does he not?
Maybe, but I don't think he wants
Crest
to.
is at full health. What are you? I mean, it's another 50-50 at that point. But
Sure.
I think Crest can pretty much. Yeah,
Hmm.
in fact, I think it definitely eats up anything that because you already showed that you were Specs.
Yeah.
Um, so uh, even Specs Moonblast, I don't know, I don't know what his set is or whatever. But even if he Moonblast, or even if you Moonblast, he can just go right back to Gambit.
Well, Gambit
Um,
dies.
no, it's Terrad. It'll be
Oh,
poison and
true.
resistant. Yeah,
Right. Yeah, I would have had
yeah.
to have psychicked, which then Cresselia just
Which
laughs
then
at.
right, right. You would, yeah. He just goes to Crest and then you lose immediately.
Right.
Um, so
Yeah. Okay. You know what? You're right. If he
it was, yeah,
terrors
it
here.
meant a lot. It meant a lot here. Actually, I think your play in this situation might have just been to Roost, so that you could encore him into whatever he was going for here. But at the same time, that's tough to do. And if he lock, no, never mind. If he locks into Poison Terra Blast, you just lose anyway. So,
Hmm.
um,
Well, actually,
no, this was your.
do I? Because if he locks into Poison Terror Blast, I probably just let Halucha go. Then I swap into Thunderous, and he deals with it. Or even
No, no way. Not at Fallen 4 and you're at 72%. I bet that kills. Um, yeah, I would almost guarantee that
probably.
it does. Um, and then I don't and Val can never beat Crest 1-on-1. So, not Calm Mind anyway.
Especially
I
not
well
poisoned.
well right, especially not poisoned. Yeah, exactly. So this was a tough end game. You happened to get this right because he he forgot the Terra there, but um yeah, but I don't think you misplayed. I don't think, I think Mez making the call to go to Gambit on that won him the game at this point. I think if he hadn't done that, hadn't missed the Terra, but he did, and so how it's 3-1. How what could I mean? The game's over, right?
Hmm. So I just actually two things. One, fucking Nick Little is proud of that one because he was proud that I encored before. I want to point out again, this was a very much 50-50 whether he would switch
Yeah,
or stay
I
in
mean,
and kill
definitely was,
me. So shut up,
definitely
Nick.
was.
But the other thing that I want to point out is at this range, what do I call it? Specs Moonblast is actually like guaranteed to co. Like I can
On his on his
on
spread, as he
I'm
what was his spread? I don't
I'm
even know.
90% sure he said he was like max HP, max defense. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that would make sense.
It does 42 to 50. That's already at 84 and there's going to be a layer of rocks up.
There's no rocks up.
Sorry, spikes.
He doesn't take spikes.
Oh yeah, true. Okay, well it's still a guaranteed 2K regardless.
Okay. Well, yeah, but again, he just I think again, if he tears here, he can just go straight back to Gambit after he
Yeah,
finds
no,
out
you
it's
are right.
Moonblast. Um,
Cause I mean,
or no, he doesn't. He really doesn't even have to do that. Well, yeah, I think he probably does. He has to go back because he
actually
has
I
to save Crest
wonder.
for a psychic.
Say it is King Gambit with Halucha. I don't think I have any attack EVs on this one, did I? I have 4 attack
I don't think so.
EVs. Nice.
Yeah.
Let's go to Poison. So that does like 15% to no bulk King Gambit. So that's lovely. Um, yeah, I guess I
Yeah.
was. I guess I was. This is even with Adamant. Fuck, I do even less. Um, okay, yeah, that does
And
14
he
to.
recovers with leftovers. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm
This
doing
I'm
like
t- it,
I'm doing like 6%. So let's
yeah.
just let's be nice to me. Say I get it down to 80. The spikes, it'll take it down to 68, right?
Sure, yeah. And I'm almost certain he was max HP here. But
Mm.
um
If being nice to myself, let's just say it is down at 68. I don't think he can then switch into Specs Moonblast. I hope. Let's run this
I
calc
I
now.
would I would be shocked. if it does 30. If it does, it would have to do 40% minimum, or 37-ish
Funnily
to account for
enough,
leftovers.
the calc is 36.9 to 43.4.
Really? To max HP?
Oh no, this is being the generous to no HP.
Oh, no, okay. Wow. We're assuming absolute best case
Yeah,
scenario.
best
Okay.
case scenario.
Um,
But yeah, so this game, I think at this point, I think at this point the game was kind of already over. I didn't have a way of breaking through Cresselia really anyway.
well, you do. Um,
But
well, anyway, we'll get to it.
that's only if it switches in.
No, 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 no. You still have a chance here. So again, at this point, Crest. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So the Ironhead is interesting. Yeah, he has to do that. He has to Psychic here.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I went for Ironhead just to get Chip in. I think Close
Right.
Combat actually does more, but I don't know.
Regardless.
Oh yeah, I was hoping for a flinch chance.
Yeah. So here it has to be Valiant.
Yeah.
It has to be Valiant because you have Trick on this set, yeah.
Yeah, this was a Trick Specs Valiant.
Yeah. Thunderous unfortunately allows this just to Calm Mind and heal. It just doesn't do enough damage. He already knows that you can't do more than that to him. Yeah, see, and at that point the game's over. If he does that against Valiant and you Trick, you win. Or you have another 50-50. You can Trick or you can Moonblast. Yeah, you do it here, but it's already it's a little late. Yeah, that was your only chance, I think. Maybe a Thunderbolt full para could do it. I don't even know about that though. You would have to, you'd have to get a little bit lucky, but
I also love Derek. Can Psychic kill? Yes, the plus one Specs Cresselia can kill my 70-something% fucking Thunderous. Yes, it can, my friend.
For sure. Yeah, you needed, but anyway, I think that had to be Valiant there. But regardless, if Mez makes the right place, he still can't lose from that position. So, I mean, he can't, like, obviously he can, but he would you force him at least to get a play right. Going Thunderous there just means he gets to heal for free.
Yeah. Do you think it would have been a good call? No, never mind, cause I'm Specs locked. I was gonna say to just as you said, just go straight into Valiant and just Moonblast his ass.
Depends on how much it does. If it's stronger than Thunderous, then maybe.
It is definitely stronger than Thunderous because I'm Specs, and I think no, I do not have high special attack. It's 145 to 120, but I am Specs.
Yeah, Moonblast's definitely stronger. Yeah. Then potentially you could do that, but at the end of the day, it's just gonna start healing on you. Like that's what I'm saying. He has to get that play right. If you Moonblast, and he Psychics, then he loses. Because Thunderous is gonna come in and just kill it. So I think what he has to do, but he also he knows your Specs, but he doesn't know you have Trick. So healing is really his best play there. As long as Moonblast doesn't do 50%. So
Moonblast did 42 to 50.
Yeah, he has to take his chances with that. And heal. And hope that he can get out of range of it. So I think Valiant and Trick is the play, but Moonblast is better. Either way, it had to be Valiant there. Yeah, that was your only shot.
Honestly, I thought my best shot was just Thunderous U-turn, but it did sweet fuck all.
No, it did nothing at all. It did
16%. Hang on, I'm gonna check that actually. Thunderous 100 U-turn. Yeah, so I was right. It is a max HP, max defense build.
Yeah.
Because that does 13.9 to 16.6 to max bulk Cress.
Yeah. Yeah, then the Moonblast was definitely better here, I think. I don't know. Again, Moonblast or Trick, but either way, those were your only plays.
Yep.
So, just a little bit of a miscalculation down the stretch there. Mez played well to dig himself out of a hole.
Yep.
But and holding on to Crest the whole time was important. He recognized that pretty early on and held on to it. That was really good.
Yeah, I didn't really
Um,
have a lot for Crest. I didn't think it was coming, so I didn't. I mean, obviously, like I had my Dark type, and like Ursaluna can punch the fuck out of bro. But like I didn't have a whole lot for it, you know.
yeah.
I
No,
also
I mean,
really banked on it being Terra Fairy Gambit.
yeah, no, I know. But I mean, I think the Hawlucha, I mean, it did its job here. Like, I don't know, it performed about as well as you could ask for. Um, and what was the item on Crest before you tricked it?
Covert Cloak, so that would have been
Uh,
predicting uh my Golem guy, Saltman.
yeah, Garganical.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Yeah, this was smart. This was well built from him. It was a well built team.
Yep.
Um,
It always is
I
with this
think,
one.
yeah, for sure.
It's also crazy
I
we
think,
never once see King Gambit's moves.
yeah, you're right. You're right. It didn't get to even take a turn. That's pretty funny.
Yo.
Um, so yeah, Hawlucha
This
made sure of that. But
this
uh,
Glimora and Brambleghast sets were so annoying though.
yeah, yeah. I mean, especially the Bramble gas was that was that was a really interesting one. I mean, it worked very well. Um,
Yeah.
he hard read the Samurott lead, um, and got
Yeah.
rewarded for it though for sure.
Yeah, I kind of got into a single track mind of just leading bro for like most of the season.
Yeah, it's a pretty good lead, but it is a little predictable at times. So,
Yeah.
um,
Oh well.
but anyway, I thought this was a fun one to watch live, fun one to rewatch again here. Um, I thought, yeah, I mean, generally, I thought it was a it was a close one, and all the way down to the end. I mean, I think even if he gets the Terra play right, there's still some calls to be made, some plans, some plays that have to be thought about. So,
Yeah.
I thought it was well played, and you did well to dig yourself out of an early hole.
Yeah.
With the so especially with no removal, and T spike up the entire game.
Yeah,
So
I need to get better removal. That's definitely in the next draft. I'm not gonna just wait until the end, panic realizing I don't have any fucking spinners,
yeah,
and choose Mouthhold, and then swap that out for a fucking Toad Scroll. Neither of which
right.
ever came to a single game.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
were 2 weeks where Toad Scroll was maybe kind of gonna be useful, but they just didn't make the cut.
yeah. He hardly ever does. Um,
That's kind of how Toad
it's
Scroll goes, right?
yeah, it's a real shame. Yeah, that was a fun one. Mez kind of started turning his season around a little bit right here, so
Yeah.
uh, it's a big one, big win for him.
Yeah. All right, we ready to move on?
Yep.
Sweet. Next up, we have All-Star Caliber, also known as Nick, or I Got Your Nosepass, going up against Zeus, also known as Manchespin City.
Yeah. Just on
So
preview, good lord, the Arcanine. I mean, like, wow.
So I think this was the week where he got Taunty to have Terra. I think it was this week.
Okay,
It might have been
a
the next
wise
week.
decision.
But
Um,
a Bandit or a Scarf, Arcanine, Hisui, Rockhead, Head Smash will absolutely rape this team.
I mean, yeah,
His
it looks
only switch in
like a dire
is
situation.
only switch in is like Empoleon, but like, you know,
Yeah, you have to get some calls right here. Hopefully he's got some protect around.
yeah.
Um, and also just noticing that like T Spike could be kind of annoying for him as well. Um, he has a tough time
He
breaking
does have two
Goodra.
Levitators in the Flyer and a
He
Steel. It
does.
only even affects two
Yeah, I guess
Pokemon.
I guess you're right. I get his two guys that want to set up the most.
Yeah, his two setup mons,
Uh
right?
yeah, both grounded here, and I also think Screamtail looks fantastic in this matchup.
I fucking hate
Um,
Screamcock.
it's Yeah, I mean, it can be an extremely annoying Pokemon to play against, but like Thunder Wave into this team as well. Just like I just generally as well. He has a very difficult time breaking this entire team, and then Arcanine feels like it's spectacular. So
Yeah.
now I will say the dichotomy of the two, these two teams is very funny. It's it's a Terra Tornadoes, Gouging Fire, Kyurem against
A band of
the nobodies down
dumbasses
here.
plus an
To just
Arcanine.
absolute nobodies.
I was gonna say
Uh,
you know it's weird when the biggest name you have is Arcanine, Hisui, and like Washtom, right?
yeah, no, this it's an interesting crap. But having said that, on preview, Nick looks like he has the upper hand here. So
Yeah. Again, fucking
we'll see how,
Rock is just so good in this team.
yeah, we'll see how it goes.
So it's Terra Fire, which is kind of interesting, and Terra Ground. Okay, this is the week that it became allowed to Terra. I thought so.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if Terra Rock wouldn't have just been better.
I'm sure he thought about it in prep, but you don't need you don't really need the Terra Rock. You kind of need the fire to break through Empoleon. Terra like Head Smash is already gonna kill everything it's super effective against anyway. Um, and then your Flare Blitzes become essential. That they're essentially Head Smashes now too.
Yeah, no, that's
Um,
fair.
and to quote the immortal CTC, people with Rotom gonna lead Rotom. That
I was gonna
choose the
say, does this
Rotom.
not just look like Gen 4 lead metagames though?
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
Azelf being one of the most common leads in Gen 4 OU for a while. Then the two like Rotoms just gonna do the Rotom thing in Gens what 4, 5, and 6, right? They just
Yeah, I would
became classic leads.
expect some Will-O-Wisp coming out here for sure. A little 12% burn. The helmet Rotom
Nope,
for
Thunderwave.
this. Wow, yep. So that's what I said. Thunderwave. I thought Thunderwave looked spectacular in this. I don't know why Rotom Mo is not the answer there. I don't understand that at all. I like
Yeah,
going hard into
it's a good
gouging
question.
fire because like even if he volt switches, what do
There's
you
his
gain out of
Wisp.
that?
And his Volt Twitch.
Yep, exactly. There you go.
You know, I'm
Um,
realizing, regardless of the Rotom form, they all have a similar niche.
yeah,
Except
yeah.
for like Frost, but fuck that guy. He doesn't count.
Interesting. Flip turn. So this seems to be like there's just a kind of a momentum-based team to try to get in this against kind of a semi-stall with Arcanine trying to do all the heavy lifting.
There's
And the
the
Toxic Spikes go up
T-Spikes.
early. That's tough.
Focus
Focus
Blast
Blast is a
hits
great
to do
read
good
there.
damage.
Wow, just hard wishes on it. I mean, that's fair. Was he gonna hit another one?
Yeah.
Probably not.
I
I
also
think if you're Zeus, maybe you gotta go for it there though.
gotta go for what? Sorry, the second Focus Blast.
Yeah, I think maybe you got to go for it. I understand trying to make this read though, and it works out. I don't like clearly the Umbreon doesn't have protect because otherwise it's definitely going for it there.
Yeah.
Um,
I will
um,
also point out because I think it's funny. Zeus, not gonna lie, that's thrown me after he laid Toxic Spikes. What has the T Spikes versus a Paralyzed Mon, 3 Flyers and a Steel.
yeah, that's
I was gonna say literally,
that's
and
very fair. But it's important for Kyurem because he gets to find out its item.
I have a feeling it's choiced.
Well, it just came in and didn't take T spikes, so
Wait,
or did it switch in on the T spike?
I think it switched in on the T Spikes. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
it
volt.
did. It did.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was say I'm just
okay.
imagining it's choice east because well he didn't just click freeze dry against the Umbreon on the second turn. Like what?
Yeah, for sure. It does. Yeah, that feels like scarf damage to me. I don't. That's definitely not specs.
Yeah,
I would have.
I'm in agreement.
I would have blown that thing to Timbuktu.
Also, I don't know why you're. Oh, that was a good predict from Nick.
Yeah, it's a nice one. Yeah, because I mean, what else is he gonna do, really? Thunderbolt looks pretty good into this generally. Um,
I love that. Oh, he's
yeah,
back.
Dragon Tail's nice here.
Doing
Trying
it
to get the
again.
Kyurem in now that he's seen its choice, or well, I guess he hasn't. He hasn't seen that it's choice. That's not true. But well, I mean, I guess it probably is based on him not ice beaming the Umbreon.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Um,
That's why I just immediately thought it would have been it was choice because why wouldn't you
yeah.
stay in and freeze dry ice beam, fucking Draco the switch, whatever the fuck you want to do. Why wouldn't you do it?
Sure. I'm not sure why we get a switch into Rotom. I mean, into Toxapex there. I don't think I understand that one.
Neither.
Um, but so the plan's kind of going actually fairly well for Zeus at this point. This
Just
turning
spamming
momentum based
Volt
game.
Turn shit.
Um, yeah, the Goodra's down at 50%. Just got rid of Umbreon. You've made Rotom take damage. Really, what you would love in this game is your own hazards. Well, I don't know if he's just not brought them. I don't know what's happened here.
I don't think it. I
Um,
think his team just generally doesn't have a lot of hazards.
yeah, perhaps not. This is one of my favorite sets of all time. Calm Mind Screamtail.
Fucking
Um,
scream cock bullshit.
uh, Store power. I mean, that's tough.
Yeah, he'd already used his Carmine. He didn't want to, not his Carmine, his
Uh,
booster. He didn't really want to waste it, so he just got the damage that he could off.
yeah, I'm trying to think if that came in too early or not, or if that was the right time for it. I don't actually know when else you were gonna do it. That set looks horrible here. Um, Against like Empoleon and all those guys. Um,
I mean, I guess, but
I
he'd
just
already gotten Empoleon down to 34%, you know? At that point, uh,
yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
Storm Power would have done enough.
Yeah, I guess maybe I'm surprised it did that little to Azelf, but if it did, then that had to be something that came up in like
I mean, that's resisted
prep and
Azelf,
all that.
though.
I mean,
Empoleon
yeah, but
won't be
sure,
resisting and
you
is
got
at a lot
yeah.
lower health.
I think that's like a 200 base power move now, though. It doesn't really resist it anymore. Um,
No, it's, isn't it like 140? Oh, plus stab, hey, yeah. So 210 base power, I believe.
yeah, I mean, I think it's an extremely strong move. I'm curious to see what the rest of the set was like. Is it like Calm Mind, like the Store Power Shadow Ball looks like it kind of covers everything here. I don't know what the other um I don't know what the other one would be,
I could see
but
some encore shenaniganry. Like you encore them into something they don't want to be encored into, then you calm mind on their switch or letting them stay.
definitely I don't know if this gets Draining Kiss or not, but that might have been the wave.
I don't know off the top of my head either, but I could also see that being the case, yeah.
Interesting. Well, all that being said, it did not work at
No,
all.
it did not do anything.
This is definitely extreme speed here or scarf, and so we get to see that it is scarf. Okay. Um,
He
and
got his
find out
one
this is
poison
not
off. Good
boost.
job, boys.
This is Earth
It's
Power has
good.
to be. Why?
Yeah, I was
That
gonna say.
um
Was he maybe
I'm not sure.
predicting a switch to Gudra? Well, no, because
Well,
even
Earth
that's
Power would
still,
still be
yeah, that's
better. I
still.
guess he's predicting the Rotom because I mean the last three guys are weak to ground, so he's figuring well it's probably gonna be Rotom then. Maybe Draco's just like the best like mid ground play there.
I suppose.
Um, you figure you can just get out to Rotom on this?
Yeah, I will also
Yeah,
once
that's
again
fair.
point out it just swapped out immediately afterwards. I mean, Draco is a
Well,
little bit more reasonable because you saw you're not killing. Earth powering won't get you much further at that point when you're already half special attack.
sure.
But, you know.
So nice double here, right back into Arcanine.
Bonk.
Head Smash is extremely free now that Empoleon's gone. Um, doesn't want to risk the miss there. I understand that. This could also be Scarf, I suppose. We finally see Tornadus.
Yup. He's staying back as the
So
late game cleaner, really.
yeah, well, I think that the Terra might have been nice earlier in the game to get to have another Head Smash resist, but um,
Yeah, I can see
let's
that.
see.
Going into your
Uh,
water type on a known Volt Switch is very funny to me. And,
this is
okay.
Psychic here. Very good, yeah. Um, Rotom. Okay, so we see that Rotom is not Garf. This definitely is. Um,
It's
so it's
Draco. It
Draco here.
lives. He does just go for
Okay.
the kill.
Yeah.
He's definitely in
Um,
range and also will do sweet fuck all now.
right. But Flare Blitz, if nothing's faster, is just gonna kill everything.
Do you really think it kills a bloody Torn? Nah.
Whoa, no, wow, it didn't. Terrifier, really?
I don't know. Torn. I'm just very used to Torn being a bulky motherfucker.
It is. It's quite bulky, but I guess it got to run a lot of speed in this. All
And
right,
yeah,
and
it
interesting, and the
was
Kyurem's
Scarf
just
Kyurem.
faster. Either that or it was a speed tie. Wait, no. Arcanine Hisui's only 90 base. Okay,
Yeah, 306 to
interesting.
317, 90 versus
Yeah,
95, right?
yeah. So the
Yeah.
mascot comes through. Kyurem was huge here. Um,
Yeah.
I yeah. I guess seeing how that played out, I guess I mean, they obviously know the calcs better than me. Um, so holding that in the back, knowing that it could take the flare blitz at the end of the game when he needed it to, that was great.
Yep.
Um, I think Nick ultimately, like I thought the game plan was pretty good. Um, he just never could get any damage on Kyurem. Uh, and brought, maybe, and I think if it's a different Screamtail set, he wins this game. Like if it's just Wish Stealth Rocks Thunderwave here, I think
Yeah,
that's
Stealth Rocks would have been very helpful here.
extremely, extremely.
I mean, just between Azelf and Kyurem alone, let alone Taunty and Gouging Fire wasn't an issue really, but it could have been.
Yep.
It also would have
Um,
killed the Empoleon like long before he had used it. It would hell if he had Stealth Rocks up, he could have been this special Calm Mind set, and it would have killed the Azelf. It would have already had switched in like
yeah,
multiple
he
times at
wanted the
that point.
speed though. It would have been slower than Azelf. So he wouldn't have been able to do all that, but um so because if it's speed booster or whatever, you only get to you really want to bring it in the one time.
Mm,
Um, so I mean, yeah, I love that set. I love Calm Mind Screamtail. I think just based on the when the guys you're worried about are Curum, Gouging Fire, and Torn, I feel like rocks are pretty good.
yeah, no.
um,
Well, that was exactly the weakness I exploited. He has all of his big heavy hitters are all scared of rocks, and they can't all be wearing boots unless they are significantly neutering themselves. That was something that I remember in my game. I was saying if the Kyurem is Stealth Rock, then that's fine. I'm not scared of it then. If it's not Scarf, it's not Specs, or if it's not Life Orb, then I don't care about it. It's not a threat at that point.
yeah,
And that's also
that's
why I fucking hate boots, because, like, it just. This is going to Ziggy specifically, so fuck you, Ziggy. I don't know if you'll even watch this, but I don't care. Uh, if you just want to run boots on anything, you're just weakening your own team while also making it less likely for the enemy to even bring rocks if you're well known to always just bring boots all the time.
sure.
It's like, yeah, that's also one of the reasons that I didn't really think about Caesar's Edge all that much in mine and his game. I'm just like, he's gonna be boots on half his team. It probably won't be that helpful.
Sure.
Anyway, that's not for now. Anyway, um, yeah,
Yeah, no, I thought they both played to their game plan pretty well. I just think that ultimately the game plan on Zeus's worked a little bit better.
yeah.
Um,
Do you know who's
uh,
on his team even gets Stealth Rock? I feel like Empoleon should, but I think it doesn't.
it does.
It
Yeah, it gets
does.
stealth rock. Yeah,
Oh,
Azelf too.
oh yeah, that makes sense. That's why I was part of the lead game for so long. Uh, I feel like one of them. You mentioned this briefly earlier. Definitely feel like one of them should have had some some rocks that would have really neutered a lot of his team because there was so much Volt
It's
Turn on both
possible that
teams.
Empoleon did. He just may not have got to put them up.
That's fair. It didn't. Empoleon did not get a lot of chances to exist, really.
Yeah, he valued the momentum more than he did the hazards in this one, and it paid off for him. Like,
Yeah, it definitely did.
um, but yeah, the if for especially once you see that there's no removal, it's very tempting to just get the rocks up in it. Because it comes in and takes that thunderbolt later. Like he gets, I think it's okay. He's trying to prevent toxic spikes from going up right there, but the Nick is not going to be scared out by this Rotom.
No, it would have had
There's
to
just
been
no,
like it would have had to have been like a Specs Thunderbolt Motom set to really threaten him. I
yeah, and
think.
he'd already seen the damage on Gudra,
Yeah,
so
he knew it
he knew it
wasn't.
wasn't. Yep.
Honestly, I kind of
Um,
think on this turn here, he should have probably gone for the rocks. Because flip turning there is
yeah.
cool and all, but you
No, that's
know,
what I'm saying. I think he's really trying to prevent toxic spikes, but
Well, I
it
mean,
just
I
was
don't think
never.
it worked out for him anyway.
No, it did not. It did not. It did not. So I agree. I think that um, getting the getting the rocks up there is fine. Um,
Yeah, but like if he got rocks up, then he wouldn't have even needed to go to Motom. He could have just rocks flip turn straight to cure him, and it would have been the exact same situation by turn 8, except
yeah,
rocks would have been up. And this damage right here is inconsequential. Regenerator's gonna give it all back anyway.
I agree. He doesn't know if he's physically defensive or special. I don't know what that calc is or whatever. But no, I agree. I think maybe Volt switch into freeze dry. He thought would kill or whatever. Like, it could potentially get a kill here. Um, but a lot left on the team. I don't know. Like I said, it didn't really wind up mattering so much in the end. He had a game plan, stuck to it, and it worked for him.
It definitely did.
Um, um, so yeah, I thought that was a good game though.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, ready to move on?
Yep.
All right, next up. Oh, hey, it's your game. All
Oh,
right.
hey, look at it.
Here we have our boy right here, Sugar Gray, as Nanjing Nidoking, going up against SDL Chris, also just known as Helsinki Hydreigon. I had to think about his name again. All right,
Yeah.
Gray. Walk us through your game, shall you?
Sure, yeah. This is a
Uh,
really tough one. I mean, just looking at the team,
so it's hang on
Kilowattro looks
1 sec.
spectacular here, doesn't it? I mean, I brought 5 things that it's super effective against in the
Yeah, that's actually
Ursaluna.
yeah, no, that actually is
Um,
pretty scary. Real quick,
yeah,
the Terras are Enamorous T Fighting, Archelodon Poison, and Enamorous Eye Dragon.
yep.
Um, why Dragon? Just
Dragon.
general kilowattual Palafin switch-ins.
Yep. Well, yeah, exactly. So I don't want to. I want to make it harder to be revenged by those two for sure.
Yeah, fair enough.
And Dragon Stab's just pretty good into this team.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So uh,
Let's get the game
now
going.
we're gonna see that it wasn't the right call, but that's okay. And U-turn here is very smart. I don't remember if I'm Scarf Masquerada on this or not. Um, but yeah, I figure he's. I mean, what's it gonna do anyway? Light screen's a great call from him here. That's
Absolutely,
very
yeah.
very smart. Um, and then we're gonna get our Blastoise. Okay, let's see. And Kilowatt, see, yeah, this is it's a great build from him this team because the momentum is very difficult for me to deal with. I think I get the Earth Power play right
Yeah,
here.
that was a good play right there.
But
I'm pretty
yeah, and I
sure.
know I'm gonna take Body Press here, but I like looking at the rest of I have so little for Archelon
Yeah,
that
it was great to get rid of it right there, even if it did cost you the
yeah.
Luna.
Yeah, I think I think it's probable that I should have been going into Annihilate um on Iron Moth. I know like I know based on my build and so does he that like grass move is the only thing that's going to kill me here. My I think anyway. Actually, he does I think I was assault vest on that, so I don't but anyway, I have that knowledge. So I guess I'm thinking if he predicts at all, then I can get another kill with Ursaluna here.
Hmm.
But risking it when Kilowattrel's still around is tough for me.
Yeah, getting rid
Um,
of your one answer, the one thing on your team that's not weak to it. I mean, terroring here gets rid of that, but still, the one thing on your team that's not weak to it is a little rough. But I kind of feel like it's
yeah.
worth getting rid of Archelodon because you also don't have many great checks for that either.
No, I don't. I have hardly. This was a very difficult team for me to prep for. The and I'm actually recalling now that the Annihilate is the HP on Annihilate is actually super important. Wait, no, that's no, no, it's Choice Scarf. It's Choice Scarf. So here it really should have been Annihilate on Energy Ball there.
Hmm.
But that's
Well,
okay. Either way,
yeah. What do you call it? Moth doesn't really have a lot that could do to Ape, but also, what were you gonna do to
I mean it gets
it?
both Psychic and Dazzling Gleam, but
It does?
yeah,
Dude, they really just gave
um,
Moth any coverage move it would need, right?
yeah, they did it. It gets absolutely everything.
Like, why does it even
So.
get fucking Energy Ball to begin with? Like, I know it does, but like, why?
I don't know. It's just because it's like a sun. I don't know. Whatever. It's a Yeah, but whatever. So here, we get the Terra Blast off, and I'm shocked by this play. Go back a little bit. Like, okay, so he finds out I'm Choice Scarf, Physical Terra Dragon at this point, and I'm predicting the swap into an Amorous. He knows I'm fast. He knows I'm fast. I'm shocked that Kilowattrel comes out here, because it's so good in this matchup, and I'm almost certain it's just gonna die, to Terra Blast.
Damn,
Um,
that fucking hurt.
it hurt a lot. It was so good here. I thought that even like the HP on it feels important. But yeah, he just
Oh,
refuses
you
to go into an
fucking
Amorous on this, and that's a tough miss. But
yeah.
um,
That miss cost you your life.
yeah, a little bit. But I think I was going down to poison there anyway.
Yeah, it
Um,
would have been.
so
But you would have
anyway, but I
extended
have to.
him.
It means I have to go ahead and get Meowscarada poison and show off that I'm Sticky Barb. Um,
How
so
does Sticky
I
Bob
should have.
work again?
Huh?
How does Sticky Bob work again?
If you're holding it, you take 12% at the end of every turn. My thought was that he was going to be his switch into Meowscarada was pretty much always going to be Archaludon, and this is how much I was fearing it. Um,
Mm,
I wanted to lead it and like against a Palafin lead as he switches into Archaludon, which is a pretty safe lead for him generally, and trick it the Sticky Barb. Now it winds up working out here, sort of, because I get it on Uxie, but
yeah.
uh,
For some reason, I
uh,
thought Sticky Bob was like Mummy, where if you got hit with a physical move, they would take it. I don't know why.
if you're not holding an item, that is how it works.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's why that's what I thought. I didn't know you had to be itemless for it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, that's kind of
Um,
funny. Like knock off, then they hit you, then they take your Sticky Bob. That's kind of funny, actually. That's the kind
um,
of shit I live for. You know, that stupid shit.
yeah. But yeah, it was just so hard for me to like when Kilowattrel led, and I really didn't have any counter leads. I could have led Ursaluna, but whatever. Um, anyway, so we wound up trading for Uxie there. I didn't really want to trade Meow, but what choice do I have? This is Scarf Annihilate, and final. So I think I had Annihilate in against Kilowattrel earlier, and I was hoping to not have to do that because I was trying to save it for an Amorous.
Mm.
Because at this point, like
Yeah. What the fuck? How
what
do
the
you
hell
beat
do I do
this?
against the Namorous plus full health Palafin?
Yeah. What the
Um,
fuck?
this looks horrible.
I was gonna say, I'm
However,
wondering how on earth.
Big Man Blast. I know that Ogerpon's my only way to win this. So Big Man Blastoise is gonna have to come in here and do the work. Um,
Is it just me?
so
Oh my god, you got your war set. Okay.
yeah, so we're roar on the we go roar on Blastoise. I'm also mental herb. I was very afraid of Palafin, so I'm also yawn on this set.
This is the
Um,
funniest Blastoise set I've seen in my life. Holy shit.
yeah, it actually works. So I could not possibly have had it go better.
Yeah, quite
So
literally.
now this is the exact situation I wanted to get in. Um,
So, something I want to bring up here is it just me, or am I crazy, or did terroring here make it worse for him?
how?
Well, okay, he showed off he was a calm mindset earlier, so I doubt he would should have been that afraid of an ice beam. And all turning into a fighting type did was well make you weak to play rough, and it didn't even
Well,
and
he
make
doesn't know that
him.
I play rough, but and
I would have brought it.
Cudgel
I
two
feel
hit
like it.
KO'd anyway.
What's that?
But I'm pretty sure Cudgel two hit KO'd anyway.
No, well, okay. If
Um,
that's the case, then yeah, okay, it doesn't really matter.
from that range, it absolutely did. Um, so yeah.
Mm,
Anyway, um,
you've still got a
and
big
I
boy
probably should
Paladin
have
to
just
deal
gone for
with.
that. I didn't know what his full set was though at that point. He's
Oh,
Rindo Berry, which is crazy.
yeah, Rindo's
And
weird.
then
I'm
Wave
also shocked
Crash.
you lived. You one lived, and I didn't realize you outsped. To be honest, I forgot that. I forgot
No,
you're
Ogerpon's
110.
way
He's
much
100.
faster. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I forgot about that.
Um, I was very scared that he would be Jet Punch there at the end, but that was a great set from him. The Rindo Berry was spectacular, and Encore was exactly what I was afraid of. With Blastoise as my only real switch in, I'm certain that was bulk up or substitute or whatever. So that's why I ran Mental Herb.
Yeah. If this was Jet Punch, I think you might have lost? Question mark.
I don't know. I mean, it depends if it lives Flip Turn or I would have to Flip Turn or Rapid Spin at +1. Or I mean not at +1 at 5%.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty certain I can do 5% to it with Blastoise.
I sure hope so. But question as well. Drain Punch Palafin also won him
possibly.
the game.
If it was Drain Punch, yeah, then he definitely won.
Yeah, Encore Wave Crash, Drain Punch, and what's it called? Not Bullet Punch, fucking
Jet Punch.
Jet Punch. Yeah, there we go.
There's no reason to be Encore on that set.
General shenaniganry. I don't know.
I don't think so. It like Taunt makes more sense or whatever.
Yeah.
Or fair. Substitute or whatever. Encore and Taunt were the two things I was afraid of. So
that's fair.
So that's why we're that on Blastoise. But anyway,
I definitely like.
It was a great game. That was one of my favorite ones I've played in a long time. It was very close, really, really fun. So great game from Chris. I really like. I had to think a lot during that game. And obviously it was super duper close.
Yeah, for sure.
So really, really fun.
Jesus. Moving on. you right there, mate?
Yeah, I'm good. Okay, Ziggy and Beyond.
Yeah,
cool.
So, as he said, on the left we have Darkly, also known as Ziggy, Sydney Swan is going up against Ooga Booga as Beyond or Zigzagoon Goon group. Oh yeah, this is the battle of the Ziggies.
That's right.
I forgot about that. Dude, this is like the same as the other battle. Like you have this group of like, you know, Gliscor's pretty good, Goldango's pretty good, Terrakion and non-Terra Manaphy are okay. It is Terra, however, which makes it a little scarier. Going up against fucking Raging Bolt, Darkrai, Ogerpon. Like, this is another one of just the battle of monsters, right? Going up against a lot littler.
I mean, the Ogerpon, yeah, maybe, but Bolt does look very, very good here. I mean, you really have, I mean, Amoonguss plus Gliscor is about as much as you could hope for against this thing.
Yeah.
Which is nice. But I don't remember. I don't know what his Terra is.
Yeah, so, I don't remember either. So as always, it's Terra Raging Bolt going up against Terra Manaphy and Terra Gliscor.
Yeah. Does Gliscor have defog in this generation? I felt that's so stupid for having to ask that.
I have no idea. It kind of stopped using it because it's now a spiker itself, you know?
Right, sure, yeah.
So I actually don't know.
Because I bet it does. Surely it does.
It
doesn't. Wow. Okay.
It doesn't. Okay. Well, again, it's never going to be using it anyway because it's just the spike setter itself now.
Yeah. Expert analysis from me. Okay. So he has no removal whatsoever.
Yeah, that's not great.
Which is I'm guessing the impetus for the Klefki lead here if it spikes. I would be looking to see either Gliscor or Rotom lead.
Indeed.
Yeah, there you go.
So we got Terra Water on the Bolt. I think that makes a lot of sense. Good way to get around Gliscor a little bit more. Also helps with the Rotom and Terrakion for that matter. So yeah, it's pretty solid. Going against Terra Grass Manaphy. He really likes Terra Grass Manaphy. He's brought it almost every week, I think. Yeah. And Terra Fairy Gliscor. Do you think that's just to help him deal with Darkrai?
Well, it deals with Darkrai and Raging Bolt's other stuff. If Gliscor is in front of Raging Bolt, it either has to click, and it's going to click Electric or Dragon move. It has to pick. And either way, one of those is going to be completely ineffective.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Anyway.
So it's a good call on the Terra, I think.
Yep. Double spike.
The Manaphy as well. So, yep.
Goes to the Rotom Heat, goes to the Quackleval.
They both decide they don't want to play this game.
Yeah, he then goes again, gets Reflect up, and Light Screen, nice.
Screens Rotom, which is interesting, which lets you know this is Manaphy coming in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Eats that shit. We're
Uh.
gonna see a tail glow here.
I don't think he will in front of Dirge.
That's
Maybe though.
true. Oh, okay. Well, we got
Oh, it's Take
Take
Heart.
Heart. That's
Interesting. You gotta get out of there. I think on this because it's encore.
oh
Yeah.
on call.
Yeah. It's hard to know though.
Swaps immediately to
Amoonguss.
Amoonguss. Yeah, you kind of can't touch the Amoonguss, to be fair.
Yeah, tough for it too, but that's fine for you. You can just get your Klefki in here. I imagine this is goggles. Yeah,
Yup, sure
okay.
is. We're
Um,
both back to the spiking game. My
yeah,
favorite game.
I imagine. Yeah, we're just gonna get him back up, and then
And he's
it'll.
getting his
Oh, and now we're
reflects.
yeah, okay. These
Okay.
are incredibly similar strategies
Yeah,
so
I was gonna
far.
say I'm starting to notice
Yeah,
a pattern here.
yep,
Now we get reflect up, so
yep,
now he's not. Oh, really? I thought he
yep.
would have
And
been
we're
that
gonna block.
scared of a. Oh yeah,
See,
spin
I'm
block.
no. I feel like that's a little too obvious here. A critical hit is a big deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's gonna shadow ball again on the
Now
roost.
Roosters.
Uh,
Although the thing just went down. Oh, and he got the drop, so he can't.
I don't know why we're still roosting here after the. I don't understand that play at all. Um,
Yeah, after light
at
screen went
all.
down, it wasn't great.
Yeah, you're gonna be taking double down.
The
I don't get
side
that.
shock, he predicted the switch too hard and got himself hurt.
Yeah, he's clearly just throwing this golden go. He's just trying to get as much damage as he can out of it. I think the way he's playing it at this point, and he can't ever bring it back in
Yeah,
because it's already too low. He
yeah.
loses it to spikes the next time it comes in. He's not switching out.
I mean, some people like to keep their sacks alive with stuff like that.
I understand. I understand that play. I like that methodology. I don't
But
know
also,
with the
hang on
way
a
he.
minute. Oh no, it was for the Terrakion. He was side shocked for the Terrakion. Because I was gonna say, where's the harm in just dark pulsing it again, and like Amoonguss is gonna die to 2 probably anyway. But it was for Terrakion. He didn't want to get justified boosted on it.
Yeah, I mean, again, I understand you don't want to give it a justified boost. Okay, but uh, at that point, I mean, I don't know what your Klefki set is, but you make it take the round of spikes and your dark pulse damage, and I would imagine that puts it in thunderclap range. Whether he has it or not, I don't know.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
we
Ziggy
see that it's
now.
choice band. It's banded quick attack and on yes,
Yeah,
a
that's pretty
set
funny.
for the ages.
Can we acknowledge the fact how little Ziggy likes Thunderclap? I
He's made very little use of it so far this season.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think all season he's used like it once. I think
Perhaps so.
like
I think it would have been
he's very much
helpful here,
against it. I've noticed.
but
I think it's
but
because he
anyway,
prefers like breaking with Bolt and sweeping with Darkrai.
I think it just takes the guessing games out of it completely. That's what you're looking to do,
Yeah, I can see that.
and
That's
just
fair.
I'm almost certain that that means that he's choice banned here. I don't know if this is because I think maybe Ogerpon's a little better to come in,
Ooh.
or even Quack, because that was the time. That was the time. Yeah. Okay. No. He misplayed desperately here.
Sorry,
So
I
we're
feel
gonna
like
go
I
back
missed
to
something.
right after Terrakion kills the Darkrai.
Yeah,
There's no shot that kills without choice band. No way.
yeah. It is only a
This
quick
is your
attack,
time.
right?
This is your time to get Quaquaval in.
Instead of
Um,
setting screens again.
right, instead of setting screens, because all that does is allow him to get them too. And you send Quaquaval in, you can actually get your hazards off here.
As opposed to
Um,
now, you're dead.
as opposed to now, you get your spin up, whatever, you get your spin off, whatever. And then you can go back into Klefki on a Mungus and start setting them up if you want to.
Yeah, Manaphy
So that was
also.
just
Oh
an
wow, that did
ordering.
way more than I thought it would.
Yeah, it's so strong, man.
I was gonna say Manaphy
Uh,
feels like it stops Bolt a little bit, but no. Oh my god, fucking
oh my god,
goddamn you,
another
Ziggy.
crit. Um,
Fucking Ziggy's dumbass
yeah.
bullshit.
If he gets Skull Burn there, that would have been crazy. Okay.
It would have been
Um,
deserved, is what I'm hearing.
so it's a Mungus here. Yeah,
For the
you just gotta go
spore,
for it at
yup.
that point. I think actually, yeah, because you can't get these off anymore. It's really hard.
Mm.
You don't want to lose your booster for sure. But the Mungus is just gonna beat this one-on-one every time. Um,
Woke up to.
All mine. That's smart.
Is it though?
So,
Oh, I guess he did
yeah,
get
yeah,
the
yeah.
one more attack off, huh?
Yep. Um,
And that certainly did hurt Amoonguss. Do you let Amoonguss die? Okay, I guess you don't. I
no. Yeah,
wonder
no,
if it
you get
was.
the you get your HP back. You want it for what's his the Ogrepon probably.
I suppose so. But I mean, he's already had his helmet.
Yeah, it's not as effective anymore for sure. So Dirge is on a roll here, but Tarak is
And
just
yeah, I
gonna
was gonna
come
say it's
in
about to
now.
get earthquaked. Going to Klefki is also. Does he want the free
I don't
switch
know
to
how
hope?
much HP the Ogrepon. I mean, if he, yeah,
Yeah,
like
okay. Banded Tarak might have done
he might have
47.
had to make that play though. You're right.
Yeah,
Like I think like he didn't have much of a choice.
yeah.
Um,
Having.
because now, I mean, although Gliscor at this point, it
I was gonna
kind of
say
yeah.
Terrakion just wins now, doesn't it?
No, Ogrepon's faster. But and it can't lock into quick attack because of this thing. Um, he very unfortunately misses a toxic there. That sucks. Because now this Dirge has a chance. But although at this point, again, it really doesn't matter much because you're just gonna protect and get your earthquakes off and win the game from here.
We love Toxic Stall, right, guys? Woohoo!
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Um, yeah. And get your earthquake. Yeah, Gliscor, holding on to Gliscor for this long, allowing him to hold on to Gliscor for this long,
Yeah,
really made things very difficult.
yeah.
But I
Gliscor.
also think without the spikes, I really think this was still winnable. And he had the chance to get him off and didn't take it.
Honestly, yeah, I
Um,
agree.
so I actually think that that was a gigantic misplay, even more so than spinning into the gold. Like that was probably always coming in. But I understand if you think it might not, but that I think the one at the end was inexcusable. You had to Quack was useless at that point, other than um, spinning. So you had to get those off, and you had the
You're
chance to do it and
you're
didn't.
talking about here where
Um,
he went for screens rather than swapping to Quack
exactly. And what did the
originally.
screens do? They did. I mean, the screens did nothing at all.
Yeah.
So, um,
Yeah, no, you're
yeah.
absolutely right. He needed
When
to
you could have
get
had
them
the
off.
spikes up because now you're saving yourself 25% on Bolt. And, if you like, if things go a little bit differently here, I mean, because Bolt takes no damage essentially against this. Um,
Yeah, no,
and
you're absolutely right. If he had gotten spikes off, this was definitely winnable at this point.
I
Can we
think
also
so.
acknowledge
I
that
think
he
so.
got lucky with he got like 3 crits in this game, which I think two kind of matter.
Yeah, some meaningful ones as well. I actually think almost every single turn with Quackavolt was misplayed. Uh, with all the roosting on Golden Go that many times. When he made it pretty clear that he was just going to keep shadowballing.
Mm.
Um, I don't think I agree with all of that, especially after the light screen was gone. I really don't understand that play. Um, but even with all that, again, I think all of that is excusable. I think there's just the not getting the spikes off when you had the chance to was just, I think, for me personally, was just incorrect.
Yeah.
Um, Having said that, on Beyond's end, I thought that this was well played. Tarak came in and did what it needed to do, and Gliscor was able to just sit in the back and do nothing essentially the whole time until it was time to win the game.
Yeah.
Um,
Can we
and
discuss about increasing Gliscor's points, please?
I don't know. I mean, I'd rather be using Terra Raging Bolt, but
Sure, but if
uh,
someone takes Terra Raging Bolt and Terra
yeah,
can Gambit and
yeah,
Enamorous Eye.
there's like there's like 15 or 20 guys I would take over that, but it's a good Pokemon.
I
Um,
also would like just in general like to point out allowing us to get Terra Manaphy and Terra Gliscor on the same team is an absolute nightmare to prep for.
uh, yeah, I mean it can be. Yep, if you don't have the right tools for it. Luckily, they're both slow, so
Yeah.
that helps.
I mean, Terra one, it's not Terra. Base 100 isn't like slow, but you're right, it's not fast.
Yeah, you're not afraid of typically for the most part, you're not afraid of it just like running over you.
Yeah, fair. Anywho, you good to move
Yep, we
on?
move on to the next one. Yep,
Sweet.
yep.
All right, next up we got Biggest Magias, also known as Albie, and Big Arms Boy, going up against Lance, also known as Seattle Supersonics. What do I even think of this
Yeah.
matchup?
Just I mean, I don't know. One of the few
Primarina
teams that looks
looks.
like he can deal with Chi-Yu okay. Um,
I feel like
and
Primarina could go like a Specs Primarina set could go crazy into this team.
I mean, it's slower than absolutely everything, but except Clodsire.
Yeah,
But
true.
yeah.
I mean,
But it looks okay here.
Bulky Specs Prima's got a case.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, I agree. I think it can do something. It can trade. It should always trade for one for sure. Call mine. Maybe call mine. Draining Kiss is okay here too.
Yeah, I could see that.
But yeah,
Loud.
huh?
Sorry.
Oh, is the music playing?
Yeah, I didn't mute it.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we got Terra fighting Urshifu going up against Terra Dark Chi-Yu.
Yeah, interesting. Terra Dark is very interesting into the I almost call it unpheasant, the pheasantipity.
Yeah,
Uh,
the better unpheasant. I agree.
yeah, but I do think Terra Dark is smart here though.
If I ever use pheasantipity, I'm gonna name it better unpheasant.
Yeah. I don't know if there was a better Terra or not. I don't really think so. You want to Terra out of your weakness to Dugtrio for sure, but I mean you're just gonna die to that anyway. If you're not Shed Shell, I would imagine it is.
Yeah,
Or
probably.
Flame Charge, one of the two. But either way.
Okay.
Yeah,
3 out of
Protean Grin I
2.
think makes a lot of sense here.
Wow,
He's
insane now. That was a good use of a Greninja, I think. What do you think, Gray?
Yeah, he probably really did not want to have that happen. I imagine he's predicting the Clodsire switch in, which I would be too. You don't think Grin's gonna stay in on that? Just earthquaking is off rip is very funny. And that I imagine I'll be staring at his screen a little bit afterwards, thinking what just happened. But yeah, because there goes Grin. And Grim was very good here.
Yeah, that's a
That's
huge
huge.
huge point for Lance, right? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, Lance's team really, really, really wants to stay ahead in the numbers game. I think it's kind of hard for his team to come back on teams, but if he can
Oh,
stay ahead, it's
frick.
very difficult for his opponents to stop it.
Hang on a minute. Hang on.
So
Can we put this out one more
yeah,
time? One
I mean,
sec.
yeah, the hard switch of Dragonite into Latios is absolutely insane.
Not only
But
is it insane, but he tricks and now it's Choice Band versus Choice Scarf. Depending on the Dragonite set, this is actually really helpful, but it is not
yeah,
helpful at all to Latios. He hurt himself more than he helped himself here. And honestly, that's hilarious to me.
yeah. I mean, I think yeah, it's very funny. It's very funny. It's nice weakening the Dragonite, and you've got the choice band that you can trick to somebody else later. So it's
True.
really not that bad.
Fair.
But I understand the play from Lance here. He has to make predictions with this team. And Latios Latios is never Dracoing into Jirachi, I don't think.
I mean, there's also
So now
Primarina, right?
that's what surely that's what he's thinking here as well.
Yeah, there's also
Or
Primarina
Prim.
that he's not going to
Yeah,
Draco into.
exactly. Prim and Jirachi there. Like he said, there's absolutely no way you're gonna do that. So I do think
Yeah,
Luster Purge
there's
could
the
have
Rachi flip
right there.
turns.
Yeah, that banded flip turn is starting to hurt.
Yeah,
So
his total of 7
yeah,
damage trading rocks.
yep. Wants to get rid of the focus sash on Dugtrio is very smart.
Psychic noise is
That
a
did
cool thing.
absolutely nothing. T Spike is I think kind of I don't know if that's like super relevant here. Because the Grafai eye is still in the back. But
Yeah, I guess it's just to
uh
make things more awkward for him.
Yeah.
in general. Like
And
for
so yeah,
example,
so
you
he
won't
can.
want to go into Grafaiite in against this Latios, will you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
No, certainly. No. Wow, he
it's,
tricks again.
it's
Is
Wait,
extremely
hang on a
funny.
minute. Hang on. Why did he stay earthquaking?
Predicting flip turn on Primarina or Jirachi. Now that he knows he's choice banned Latios, like those two are never in danger, and so he's expecting once again for Albie to just stay. Or, I mean to switch out and like not use a dragon move.
Mm,
So he and everything else, Earthquake is going to do significant damage to. So,
yeah, no,
so
that's
I think it's a
fair.
good play there, and he's made it very clear that Dragonite is not part of the end game here. He's
Yeah.
just trying to break with it a little bit.
Yeah, no,
So
very true.
he's just guns blazing with that thing. Yeah, I think that's the thought process. And it is just Luster
Youch.
Purge into this. Jesus Christ, see,
That
that's what I
fucking
think Albie should
hurt,
have been
man.
going for maybe from the beginning here. Um, it is Psychic Noise again. Oh, that did nothing again. Clodsire is an amazing
I'll
Pokemon.
say, what is this
Uh,
set? It doesn't feel offensive with how much it did to Clodsire, and it doesn't feel defensive by how much he got hurt by Luster
I
Purge.
think that's just Choice Specs Luster Purge for you. I think it's a base. Let's say isn't it base 95? I mean, it's just such a strong move. Um,
True, and Latios ain't exactly any slouch in power with
right.
specs as
But
well.
Albie sensed that as well that he was very fast. He thought he was probably Scarf with that, and I wouldn't be surprised either. But Clodsire is also just broken. It's just such. I mean, it's not broken. It's just a very good mon. Extreme Speed is interesting. Um,
Going to
yeah, again,
Urshifu
just
here feels
just
odd to me.
uh,
I guess you know you can
woo.
live two extreme speeds, but like,
I
I mean,
yeah, I see. At this point, I yeah, I don't understand that play either because uh he has already shown you what his intention is with this Dragonite. Um,
hmm,
so I think maybe he thought he wouldn't kill with Wicked Blow, but it definitely did.
yeah.
Um,
The only other reason I can see for, well, that's the thing, right? Even if you don't kill with Wicked Blow, right? You still have to spend 2 turns Wicked Blowing anyway. Why SD into Wicked Blow when just Wicked Blowing?
I mean it's better. It is better to SD and Wicked Blow then.
Why?
If
Because
you're gonna
then
have to do if you're gonna have to do it anyway, you might as well be +2 at the end of the interaction rather than not.
when you have to switch out anyway?
I mean, maybe. What's the difference? If you're gonna have to switch out anyway, then why not just get to +2?
Because you might be able to kill with just the one?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. I'm certain he would have. But if he didn't, then that's a different story. Then I'd somewhat understand the sword stance. I don't think it really matters that much in this situation, to be
Maybe
honest.
not.
Um,
He always loves his
um,
fake out.
yeah,
Into
standard.
Rachi. Eats the Draco.
Yeah.
And Urshifu is now killed. Oh, it was Boots Urshifu.
So it was. Maybe that's why
Finally.
he felt fine doing it as well. I don't know.
Yeah, possibly. But even still, is it really worth fucking switcheroo?
Switcheroo lagging
Lagging
tail.
tail. Wait, this was a
Yeah.
Scarf Dugtrio?
Yeah, to outspeed Scarf Chi for sure. Or plus,
That's
or like Flame Charge Chi. It makes a lot of sense.
yeah, no, fair enough. I
Um,
like it.
um, so, yeah, let's see. I mean, and then again, a Terra Dart Chi at this point is just like, I mean, what do you do?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
although this buggy is gonna start, it just starts claiming, yeah.
Shook is
Um,
not saving you at 23%.
cool.
And at this
Um,
point, okay, Sucker Punch,
yeah,
sure.
you do have Sucker, sure. But this is Boost Chi clearly.
Yep.
Um,
Damn,
yeah,
alright.
okay, so you get this play right. And Jirachi's low. If this is Shadow Ball last, like it should win, right? I don't know how much it does, but and Fez, do you think it's faster than this?
It is
Beat
faster,
up
yeah.
is super interesting. I mean, like I understand it.
Look, if it wasn't
Okay.
last thing there, I could see it.
And
Nah, he's
then
got this. He's
was
got
it?
this.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's Draco. It's He doesn't have anything to hit Jirachi. That's right. We've already seen Flip Turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you needed something to hit Jirachi there for sure.
Yeah.
So if you, I think if he had it, he won. Clearly, but Flip Turn was, I guess, nice in other parts of the game, but I think with your breaker like that, with the obvious Jirachi switch, I do think you want something to hit it. But Lance was correct in that he wouldn't try to. Um, so, um, yeah, I think he played that well, all things considered. Again, that's kind of how his team has to play. Is very aggressive like that. And I think catching the Grin early was the biggest thing, to be honest. I would assume that he thought Grin was going to be able to handle Jirachi and that he didn't need the moves on Latios. And because you got Grin, Fez, Dugtrio, and Urshifu, and Clodsire, and somehow Jirachi was the issue at the end.
Yeah,
Um,
that's pretty funny.
yeah, it's unfortunate.
That's also probably why he didn't have any moves on Latios,
That's
because
what
he
I'm
felt
saying.
comfortable with it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Somebody else would be able to deal with it, but just with the way it went, Latios had to do way more breaking in this game than he probably
Intended.
presumed it would.
Yeah.
So,
I guess that's what happens when you lose Greninja turn like 3.
yeah, yeah. Actually, I think maybe even not having. I guess you want to trick maybe Dragonite. Yeah, that makes a little bit of sense. But anyway, I thought that was it was a really fun one, a very entertaining match to
Yeah,
watch.
the beginning of it was really funny.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and
The
getting to see
fucking the
Dugtrio do
double
something.
trick, the fucking Greninja dying. Those are some funny turns in the beginning.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, so that was a fun one. That was a fun
Yeah,
one.
absolutely. Good job, Lance. Nice try from Albie as well. Good game from both
Yeah, it was a
guys.
good game. It was a good game. Almost had it back. Almost brought it back.
Yeah. I wonder. Uh, no, never mind. I was gonna say, I wonder if 2 Luster Purges won this for him, but I realized he died from the
It double
one.
resists. There's no way.
Well, that's it. Double resist. I thought they got rid of the steel thing.
Not for psychic. No,
So they did that with Dark and Ghost, but not Psychic.
that's right.
Why? I don't know about you, but I consider that like a trio of typings, kind of like Fire, Water, Grass. To me, that's a
Sure.
trio of typing. But also,
I understand.
I understand Steel
Yep.
being like the bulky of I'm Steel. Good luck punching me, or whatever other thing you're gonna do. But like the mystical types, I feel like it makes sense for them to not resist.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's whatever. That whole, it's all strange. I don't why
What?
punching steel is super effective. I don't understand either. But
Yeah, that's true. I
um,
realized the example I used is like opposite of my point, huh?
right, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure where we're going with that. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, great game. That was a good game.
All
We
right.
got how many? 3
Moving
more?
on.
Jesus. All right. Well, my apologies to the people left, but we are going to move a little quicker, I think, through these.
Yeah.
Um,
That's usually how things go. We spent like 20 minutes on the first 2 games, then yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So on our left side, we have Bacchus, also known as Paris Leafeons, going up against the king himself, Slippy Slippery, also known as Sean, playing with Galactic Greninjas. Do you see a Bronzong? I don't see a Bronzong.
No, in fact, Sean only bringing 5 Pokemon to this match is interesting. Uh, it's kind of a big statement from him, and we'll see if it pays off here.
So
Um,
leading Boulder, I think, is crazy. Let me just look at Terra's real quick. I always forget Bacchus does this. So this is Terra Rock on the
yeah.
Boulder, and then he didn't bring his other Terramon. And
Right.
Sean has Terra Water, Walking Wake, and that's it as well.
That's it. Yeah.
I like that they're both just on their own Terras. I still think leading Boulder is a little odd, but I'm here to see it. It's my right. Yeah, he just fucks up this Bronzong. Yeah.
It does a lot of damage. Does a lot of damage. Almost certainly choice band. And so you get the press off here.
Gets the knockoff.
Yeah, the obvious knockoff. Yeah.
Yeah,
With an
I
iron
don't know
defense coming
if
up.
going with Iron Defense there was a good idea.
Well, and that's just extremely unfortunate. That's extremely unfortunate.
Um,
Uh,
I
we've
forgot
forgotten type
about this.
matchups. That's all right.
I
That's all
also feel a
right.
little bit bad for laughing, but what
Yeah,
is it?
backers was maybe in on our last little conversation here about what should and shouldn't be super effective on steel types.
Yeah,
That
why?
that's tough.
I feel a little
Yeah,
bit bad for laughing, but what the fuck?
that's no, it's I think that's it's a bit of a funny play, but anyway,
Question: do you
so
think another knockoff did that 25%? I don't think it did.
absolutely not, no, but
Ah,
if you're not going to spend the turn doing that, then you can switch out to somebody else or whatever. Of course, I don't know what you would on this team. There's really nothing wants to,
yeah.
which is a bit of an oversight in prep, I think. Latios is going to come in.
Yeah, what does
I s-
Latias do
maybe this,
though?
I think it's maybe Mystical Fire, but I don't know.
Nope,
Um,
it. I guess he's
that's a
baiting
great
them.
double. That's a fantastic double.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I guess
And
he
then
was
we get
trying
the
to
rocks
bait
up here.
it, and
Yeah,
he expected that. Getting rocks
yeah.
up is also really nice. Volt switching out, cool. Overheat being eaten alive. Fuck you, Torkoal.
Yep, Sean's
Eject packs out. Makes
yeah,
sense.
a standard eject pack.
Getting Moon in here is also terrifying. Yep.
If you got
Except,
your Avalugg, you're totally fine.
yeah, I was gonna say
And
he's got the
Sean knows that.
Glacier.
Like
He's
he can't do
fucking
anything as long as Avalugg is around.
yeah.
Um, so
He gets his own rocks
yeah, this
up.
is yep,
That'll
and
hopefully
this is
help.
great to be able to get Iron Boulder in while this is sleeping.
Yeah.
Um, is fantastic. You get the big damage off here, and then a very
Taking
nice,
yeah taking taking the
very
one
nice
body press is unfortunate.
selection. Yeah,
Very good for Sean for sure.
for sure. But that's why you run it.
Yeah.
Um, and then so
Zigzagoon.
Muck coming in on the Dondozo there is great information for Sean, because now he knows that this is also his answer for that as well. And now he knows that Muck is pulling like triple duty in this game. Um,
Mm.
and this is clearly Poison Touch Muck, and it's very
Yeah, the
it
fact
doesn't
that he
give a
hasn't gotten any
single
of
moment.
them.
Yeah. So you get the knockoff there. Okay. This is something I'll talk about just as we go along because I remember this game pretty well. I think this series of plays from backers is actually what winds up losing him the game in the end. And we'll see what we're talking about. I guess I shouldn't spoil shit, but whatever.
It's fine.
Anyway, we'll come back to that at the end of the game. Actually, I just this series. But I was trying to remember what's like turn like 17, 18, 19.
Okay.
But anyway, so yep, and then okay, so we get Sean cannot stay in here. So what is the play that we go for? It's Earthquake. Okay, I understand
I
that.
feel
That
like
makes a lot
Wake
of
comes
sense.
in. Yeah.
It does. Now, the one thing I would, I guess it's speed booster, so it really doesn't matter. Okay. Interesting. So you let go of treads there, which is really rough. But again, I'll talk
There
about
goes his
what.
boots as well.
Yep, I'll talk about
Yeah,
what I
at
was
this
thinking.
point, it's very difficult to stop. Yep, there's
Yes,
Draco. A fucking
very.
Habanberry is really cool tech.
It is.
Not that it matters really.
No, I didn't hear. But now you get yep, you get this in, and you get the kill, but then Wake's
Then,
coming back
yeah,
out.
Wake comes back in and
Out.
kind of
Yep.
wins.
Yeah.
Do you think Freeze Dry kills non-quad weak to?
I imagine we're about to find out. Letting the Avalon go is the only thing you can do. Well, this is interesting.
Protects to try and stall Sun turns is fair enough, I think.
Yeah, then I don't know why you don't try to double protect there if that was the play.
Yeah, and Freeze Dry, it does get the kill. Okay, that's very nice.
Yeah,
But
and I'm interested why he doesn't go to Tinkaton there.
yeah, he still could have had an alive Muck or Avalog, depending on what he
Well, no,
wanted.
no, no. I could have had the Wake here, is what I'm saying. But I guess you kind of have to keep making that play if you're going to, because then bundle's still around, and you're never going to have the sun again. So, so you're slower than Boulder. So maybe it's fine to let it go there, actually. And then
Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure this was either Scarf or Specs, but
yeah.
regardless, it's at this point it's
It's
kind of.
definitely Scarf because it outsped the Wake.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, so this was a Scarf bundler. But at this point of the game, it was basically over because he either freeze dried and didn't do anything to Tinkaton, or he hydro pumped and didn't do anything to Dondozo.
Yeah, I think you had to keep freeze drying to go for freezes, but it was going to be extremely difficult.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so you wanted to go to like
we'll go back just
17.
very, very briefly. I want to talk about this. Turn 17-ish.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So this muck at this point. Okay. So what happens on this play? He knocks off the moon. He doesn't get the poison. Okay. So pause it right here. So I understand protect here. Protect is fine on this play.
Yep. He tries to knock
And
off. That's fine.
now exactly. This play I think winds up losing him the game. Just looking at the rest of this, look at Walking Wake and look at this team. It's Terra Water, it's going to be Hydra Steam, whatever. You have nothing for this anymore. You've got the one Hobbin use on Latias, but you still have full health Tinkaton in the back. If you're still worried about Dondozo, I guess you wanted this for that too. But really, the main thing is for Walking Wake. And the biggest thing, and pause it again for me. So look how much damage this mug just took and lost its leftovers. It's never getting that back.
Took 53% plus lost its Black Sludge. Yeah.
Right. So this is no longer a check to wake anymore.
No, yeah.
It cannot do it anymore. And I don't understand why Avalugg doesn't come out here. Why was it brought if you weren't gonna bring it out?
Yeah, that's even what he used it for earlier. Why would he not bring it again? It hasn't even been knocked off yet, so you don't have to worry about the rocks.
That's what I'm saying. I understand. Look, and generally, yeah, I understand you don't want to just switch this into U-turn, like Avalugg into U-turn, while the sun is up. So I get the protect play there, to stall it. But then once you do that, you can bring Muck back in. If he does U-turn out to Walking Wake, that's okay, I think, because you do still have your full health Latios with the Hobbon Berry. So you're not going to lose anything on that turn. But what you've just done is made sure that later on you will. That was my general thinking with this. I just think that this was a bit of a series of misplays that really cost him a lot of resources. This muck was so important.
Yeah.
And the leftovers especially were important. I really understand trying to get the poison on Roaring Moon and also not wanting to get you turned on. But I just feel like I understand that's what he's thinking there. I just think if you're like, the Avalugg is so useless in this game, outside of being the check to Roaring Moon, that if you're worried about that and you're not gonna bring it in on Roaring Moon anyway, then why'd you bring it?
Yeah, good point.
There was probably something. I know he has a Grimmsnarl, which is immune to one stab and double resist the other. So that could have been brought if you weren't going to do it, and you get your screens up or whatever. But again, but it's here, so that's hindsight or whatever. But the Avalugg is here, so I think it needs to come out in that situation, because what winds up happening is that Wake just runs over the team.
Yeah, he loses his defensive option, his switch in. And at that
yes, and also like the Sunstaller as well. Like the protect is what.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant muck set. I really think it's just about perfect for this. But because of that, it was so important that I just don't think you could afford to throw away all the HP against Roaring Moon when you had a full-time answer to it already. And I know he's trying to knock off and catch somebody coming in, but even if you do, you're just going to catch. He's not going to U-turn into something else and let it get knocked. That hasn't already been, like, maybe you get the Torkoal or whatever. Like, it's with poison touch chances and all that. I understand it. I really do. For me, that's For
It's a
me,
priorities
I think
thing.
that
He made a
yeah, for me,
short
I think that's
term
where it goes
okay
wrong.
play, but long term it really fucked him.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's just what I saw when I was watching this. I just felt like letting it take all that damage against Roaring Moon. I felt like it was going to be tough to come back from in the end, and it wound up being that way.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
so
I can definitely see what you mean. Especially
yeah,
when he even just went in on the Tink to make it not matter. Like, he accomplished nothing, essentially.
yeah, he got a little bit of damage off on Roaring Moon and made this kill, but again, you have the Avalok, so this is never that big of an issue for you.
Yeah.
Its health is not that big of an issue. If you weren't, if Muck had a way to kill it, then I understand trading maybe it's trading the HP on it, but I just don't think it was worth it in this situation.
No, it
And I
definitely
also
wasn't.
don't. I think Dragapult's Latios is never a bring ever. For anything. Not just to this matchup. I just don't. I think it's useless in general. Latios is way too weak to be using Dragon Pulse.
Yeah, no, I can
Unless
see
maybe
it.
it's like the calm mindset. But anyway, I do think Habban's a great bring.
I'm also realizing this is dumb in my opinion. He doesn't outspeed Latias. Like, not in Sun. He's slower
Well,
than.
it doesn't anyway. Latios is naturally faster.
That's what I'm saying. But it's not. It's slower. He just got
Oh well,
outsped by a walking wake that's not in Sun.
I'm pretty sure it's Scarf Wake, is it not?
I thought it was Specs. Why would you
No.
be Scarf Proto Speed? Wouldn't you be Scarf Proto Special Attack?
I guess it's not because it's slower than the bundle in the back. You're right. I guess it is Specs. So you're saying, oh, it is slow. Yeah, so the Latios is slower.
Yeah, that feels like a
Well,
massive
here's what he's
mistake.
thinking. It's going to be slower in Sun anyway, so it doesn't matter. And you also he probably to live a Sun boosted Draco Meteor, you probably need some HP even with the Hob
I, you're probably right, but even then, I feel like you're better off taking it out of something else. I feel like you needed to be able to outspeed this thing not in Sun. Otherwise, what's even the point of stalling the Sun out and having this to be able to? Do you know what I'm saying? Because
understand.
yes, you
I
can
think that may
take.
be a bit of an oversight as well. I don't know the full intricacies of the set, but
Well, yeah, we never got to see it, but
but
that's kind of my point, right? If your plan is to Habanberry take one hit on a switch, you need to be able to then hit it
I don't
back.
think he wants to do it on a Switch.
Well, then
Well,
how is he ever going to get Latias against? He doesn't have that. I mean, he has Volt Switch on Treadmill. Like, is that his only? Oh, and Flip Turn on Bundle. But I mean, again, Treadmill
yeah,
will
I mean, I think that's what
never
he's
outs.
thinking. I
But that's the thing. This will never outspeed Wake. It can just come in revenge like it just did here. And if Bundle's not going to Flip Turn, it's just going to kill the Wake.
yeah, I don't know.
I feel like this was a massive oversight. I
I
could be wrong, and he had some cool tech reasons, but I feel like this was a
yeah.
massive oversight.
Unless the Latios is Thunder Wave, it really didn't matter. But in this instance, but anyway, yeah, you'd like it to be faster, and I'm impressed that Sean risked it. That's why I was thinking like I'm not. I guess he probably saw by how much damage it took that it was bulky, and that it was probably slower. I don't know. That whole interaction's interesting to me, and you don't I think we'd really have to ask those two about it to fully understand it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um,
I hope Backross leaves a comment on the video, or he tells me in DMs.
I just feel like we're missing something. We're being really stupid, but I don't.
Quite possibly. That's always a possibility.
Yeah. It is special. It's special. It's speed booster in Sun, right?
Yeah, speed booster.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Then
speed.
yeah, this is definitely. Then yeah. Then yeah. Then how does he know? Yeah. I mean, again, it has to be based on the calcs. He has to know based on that how much it does. But to be fair, it only doing like 120% Draco from Choice Specs Draco Meteor only doing 120% is pretty crazy.
Mm,
I guess Latios is pretty fat, but anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. This feels weird. I know Sean always watches these videos and he will reply. So I'm very interested to see what his thoughts are. He's always good
Yeah,
about
Sean, let
leaving.
us know. Sean, what were you thinking there?
Yeah, I'm
We
really curious because he's
we'd
good
love
at
to
leaving
hear from
comments
you.
and telling me shit.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on though. We still got
Yeah,
two
good
games
lord.
to get through.
Oh, for God's sake. Okay. Um, all
All
right.
right, next up we have Akshi as Atletico Bewear going up against I Miss Hurricanes, also known as Josh, playing with Hope's Peak Deoxys.
Yep.
Um,
Um,
let's see leads and terrors real quick. All right, we got Terra Ghost Zarude going into Terra Dragon Hooper Unbound.
yeah.
Josh
Dragon looks
also
great
got
here.
the lead here, I believe.
Huh?
Josh also got the lead here as well.
Oh, got it correct? I guess so. Unless this is Power Up Solar Beam and
Yeah, I was
he's
gonna
about
say that's
to
the
waste
only
his
way
swamp.
it's not, but yeah, he U-turns out. Going straight to Terrapagos, I feel is kind of a waste of
Well,
its talent.
he thinks it's going to be Stealth Rocks here. He thinks it's going to be Stealth Rocks, so he wants to get it in before that. I assume this isn't Boots.
Yeah,
Um,
that's fair enough. I can see that.
so he's trying not to, but that's I mean, it's just so hard when it's not Boots.
Damn, that U-turn
Um,
hurt.
yeah, Hoopa's defense is so bad.
Oh,
And
and the
that is
para.
so unfortunate,
Yeah,
like just so bad.
that's really bad.
Um,
The poor Terrapagos didn't even get a chance.
yeah, that guy really got the short end of the stick here.
Yeah. I
That
also just
sucks.
realized the flip turn fucking critted as well.
Yeah, that which probably I don't know if based on Thunderbolt damage, how much did that do? 36?
36. So with stab, it would have
Yeah.
done like what 18% more, which means it's like 52.
Yeah,
I
it
don't think
could
it
have
mattered.
mattered. I don't know.
I
I
don't think
mean,
it mattered unless like specific roles might have. Like if it
yeah,
was a
that's what I'm saying. Like it's not out of the realm of possibility, but anyway.
yeah, this is the most fucked
Um
over crit, parrot, and dead. That's I feel bad for bro.
yeah, tough start. A tough start.
Dragon clawing
And
into
then
Forges as well is really unfortunate.
yeah, I mean, but I mean, what are you supposed to do there? I don't know.
Yeah,
You have to stop this Hoopa's rampage.
indeed.
Um, so he
Decidueye
gets a
being
that's a nice play from Josh to get into Decidueye on Metagross there. Um, and it worked out for him quite a bit. But then actually comes right back here, gets a Zarude in. Um,
yeah.
Trailblaze here, I think might just be. I mean, maybe he's looking at the rest of his team and thinking, "Oh my God, maybe I'm just going to win this right now." But
No,
if the
Skarmory was
Scarm doesn't
too
have
much health.
Whirlwind, then he does. So I think he's testing the waters there a little bit.
You think?
Um, yeah, because he can heal himself back up later.
That's
Um,
true. Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like if he just like Brave Birds twice, you know what I mean?
no,
You don't think
that's
two
not doing
Brave
anything.
Birds
He's
will?
Terra Ghost.
You don't think a Brave Bird will do like 30, 35%, something like that?
He can heal himself. He has synthesis or something, right? I'm sure.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um,
With healing, you're right.
yeah, no, I think he can just afford to just go for it there.
Going for Will-O-Wisp
Um,
there is also really good, I think.
yeah, no, it's a
It
great
it
bring on the Cinderace. And
it
clearly that wasn't
annoys me
even
that
a
body press gets weakened with burns.
I
Like it works off
don't know.
defense stat. Why does defense? Why does burn have to stop it as well?
Yeah, I don't know.
Moltres also
Um,
getting chipped like hell here, dude, and then dies to a flare
yeah,
blitz.
unfortunately, not no non-roost on the Moltres is really tough here.
Yeah, we only saw
That
U-turn and flare blitz. I mean, I'm gonna assume it doesn't have roost, otherwise we would have seen it because you know it
yeah,
out damages Decidueye and threatens it out anyway. It's like free roosting
sure.
really. But I'm very curious on what his other moves might have been. I guess like maybe one would be Hurricane.
I'm assuming it's Brave Bird if it's physical.
Oh yeah, true.
But
Flare Blitz and okay, yeah. So one would be Brave Bird, but then what else would his like? What would have
Will-O-Wisp maybe? I don't know.
Willow? Yeah,
Yeah,
I can guess. I can see Willow, but it's also not incredible in this team. We have special attacker, fire type
yeah.
usually.
Hoop is both. Hoop is both.
Okay, well this time
But
it's certainly E special, but yes, it
well,
can be mixed.
I'm sure. Yeah, but Josh has got maybe 10 or 11 Pokemon on his team. Maybe it looks better on matchup and just not spectacular into this. But
I'm trying to remember what the rest of
anyway,
Josh's team even is.
I'm not sure. Not having a Roost is tough. And then the Roar, it's just good prep. It's just good prep.
Yeah,
He
well,
knew he identified that the way he lost is
citrus, nice.
by Zarude getting too much room to breathe, and he made sure it had none.
Yeah.
Um,
I will say
so that was very smart.
I absolutely love how Josh did everything this game. I think he did fantastic in basically every regard for that.
Yeah. This
Getting
is smart. He
another
I so
Cinderace
this
just
so he
being
did have
Willow
synthesis
Wisp
earlier,
was
so I
great.
definitely understand that play. The going ahead and trying the testing the waters on Skarmory. Definitely get that, and trying to catch it here was big too. But that's smart to not let him. Um, and then you get your Zarude back in, which is fine. Um, yeah. Um, obviously inconsequential.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So the Skarmory is really just the. I mean, that's the biggest thing.
Well,
Um,
that's the thing. Yeah.
So, but this is you really want to
Damn, that
get
hurt.
now. You probably did want to get whirlwinded into Sneasler there because now it feels like you have a chance.
Yeah.
Um, so I agree. Going into Chomp here is the smart thing to do. Get you a little bit of damage off.
Yeah, good job to Hooper
Um,
for living that as well, honestly. I guess it is
yeah.
burnt.
Well, it's burnt. Yeah. Yeah. Um, um,
I kind of feel like Josh fumbles his endgame a little bit, but I might just be coping.
uh,
More in terms
I
of
don't know.
diff than
I
anything
like
else.
the yeah. I mean, I know he can't like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if he fumbled it or whatever, but then the Trailblaze comes through here, right? Yeah, okay. Um, and then it's knock, okay.
Yeah,
Right. And
Zarude.
then you just at this point you're hoping for crit into Decidueye and
Yeah.
then you win. But
Does
and it's
Covert
close,
does
you know?
Covert Cloak stop crits? I feel like it should.
No. It should. I totally agree. But then it'd be very good.
I mean, it's
It would be
already
way
pretty
too good.
good,
It is a good item, but it'd be spectacular.
I suppose. So
You'd
what I
run
mean
it on
by like the fumble. So okay, you wanna use Hooper to stop Garchomp a little bit. Sure, fair enough. From here,
yeah.
why don't you just go Florges? What's stopping Florges from just moonblasting and winning? This thing is not gonna hurt you enough to
Well, no.
prevent that.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you go to Florges, then you give the Zarude setup. It's at full health right now. It gets to Trailblaze, and then it's faster than Cinderace, and you can't burn it anymore, and you lose. He made the exact right plays. Flip turning around just to make sure that even if he switched from Garchomp into Zarude to try to get the turn off, he still couldn't do it. Josh played this in game perfectly.
Hmm.
It's really it's text, but this is exactly how you should do it.
Yeah, actually, I didn't say it like that, but yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, no, if he kills us with Florges, he's going to lose the game.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. That is not how I saw it, but no, I suppose I see what you mean now. Yeah.
Yeah, because again, he would Trailblaze on the Florges, even if you go hard Cinderace, trying to predict the Sword Stance or whatever. If he Trailblazes on it, it's done.
Hmm. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So, Josh, well played.
Yeah,
Really.
Josh. This is
Um,
the best I've ever seen Josh play. I must say, it went absolutely wild.
yeah. No, I thought it's one of the better games I've seen him play as well. I thought that he really did a great job, especially down the end stretch there. And actually, again, great job finding the win con there and preserving it as well as you did to try to give yourself a chance because it was really there. You needed one crit or Cinderace to miss Will-O-Wisp and you won.
Yeah,
So
if it missed, it
um,
was it was
yeah,
actually over.
yeah, he dug himself out of a hole very well.
Yeah.
Um, and also, Josh, good on you for realizing that the Skarmory was no longer as important because you're getting to the point of the game where you wouldn't be able to whirlwind this Zarude anymore, and therefore Skarmory is no longer an answer; it becomes a liability. Um, so he found the exact right way to get himself into the spot where he was always going to have Cinderace out in front of Zarude as the last bit, and that was exactly what he wanted. It was great.
Yeah. No, I see what you
Um,
mean.
yeah, and
Keeping
I thought, yeah,
Decidueye so healthy as well I think it was
Yep.
really well done, honestly.
Yeah, and he wasn't even playing all that conservatively with it early in the game,
No,
but it worked out for him.
yeah, fair enough. All right, on to our final game of the day.
Oh boy.
Let's just get these guys out. Let's see. So we have Terra Water, Ogerpon Water going up against Terra Ground Blaziken, and Terra Steel Jolteon. Why is he Terra Steel?
Oh, yeah.
For fucking Sylveon? No way. Oh, sorry, and also Terra Stella Braviary, but there's no way, right?
Braviary's great.
But better than Ogerpon?
No, certainly not. I don't know why it's Terra Steel. I would have to see the rest of the team. I don't know why it's Terra Steel.
There's a Clefable in the back. That's about it.
Yeah.
So
no,
lost.
isn't the Clefable's on Warpig's team?
Yeah.
You talking about the Sylveon? I guess that's why. Yeah, that's definitely why, actually. What am I
Sylveon-
talking about? Yeah. That's absolutely why it's Terra Steel.
Sylveon's gonna eat that though, is it not? Sylveon's so specially bulky. There's no way it's scared of that.
Well, no, it's so that you can set up Calm Minds on it.
Right, defensively, not
So that
offensively.
you're not. Yeah, it's defensive Terra. Not. I mean, and it also helps it in the matchup if it's Terra Blast. And and maybe he just recognized that Steel was decent general coverage into the whole team. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it looks good.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Leading Cleavor, getting hazards up. Crocodile also is able to get hazards up. Is also just a fast U-turner.
No, that was not Crocodile.
Yes, me when I U-turned Crocodile into Crocodile.
Right, yeah, exactly. Actually, and then I'm gonna double it into Crocodile here, my other one. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Getting U-turned there just fucking crippled, bro, beyond belief.
Yeah.
Water Absorb being eaten alive.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no reason not to really make that play. I understand that. And then you get your Terra Water out.
Surely this yeah. Okay.
Oh my god.
I think that crit mattered, but not that much.
100% it did. 100% that mattered. But it's got a high crit chance, I guess.
Yeah, it does.
So, but that U-turn was huge because now look at Petron. Petron looks amazing in this game now.
Yeah. Well, bye.
You get your own. You get your own rocks up here.
But at least you can spin.
Why would he not just stay in? That doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please don't rapid spin again. Oh no.
Steal it. Just kill it.
Just why would you? Why? Why do that? I guess because you think Jolteon walls all the rest of your stuff. So why would you not spin here? But Cleavor's not afraid of this thing.
He also,
especially after the first one.
He also just has a spin blocker. He probably could have gone to,
right?
But okay, this is something that I've learned from watching way too many B-Div games. For some reason, they don't care about not setting up in front of a check. Or not removing in front of the setter when you were afraid of the setter. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
She's so interested in getting rid of rocks that she's not getting rid of rocks. And it just she accomplishes absolutely nothing. And I've seen this happen in many B-Div games. Yeah, fucking 12. Shut the fuck up. She got a rocks off on a neutral target. Congratulations, you wasted a Regieleki, which is the only Pokemon on your team.
It's going to be very bad in this game. Let's be honest. It was. I mean, Jolteon walls everything it wants to do. Everything, especially Terra Steel.
Yeah. Also worth noting, it's the only thing that outspeeds Blaziken. But also worth noting, Blaziken's Terra Ground, so it doesn't give a fuck anyway.
Yeah, right. Exactly. No.
So it's
Regieleki's just a bad.
Yeah.
Regieleki's a bad Pokemon. It's a very bad Pokemon.
Yeah, without Terra, it is for sure.
It's horrible. Yeah, and I think unfortunately, they'll figure that out a little bit this season. So
yeah, and don't get me wrong, I'm fine with it coming to be your removal option. That's fine. You can do that. I don't care. But you needed to get rid of Cleavor before getting rid of rocks. I feel, or at least putting Cleavor into
but
a
it's also hard.
compromising position.
I mean, again, you got your Jolteon in the bag. She's anticipating that he's just going to go to that. But why?
But he even has a spin blocker and Pekka Run, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
I don't get
Reggie
it.
like he was just a bad brain here. But if it's gonna come, you might as well try, I guess. Shadow Ball. Oh yeah, this is the other guy. Yeah.
Bye, guy. Hi,
this
other guy.
Okay.
That's a nice protect. Do you okay?
And then I'll just get an HP back. Why not?
Sure.
And then now Jolteon sweeps because it's
Yeah.
Terra Steel.
And sub. Oh, yawn. You know what? That sub was actually clutch as hell. I feel a little bad for her after that. Yeah, this is GG.
Yep, that's it. I mean, tough,
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, what do you want me to say?
Yeah, I've got no commentary.
It's a great set. It's a great Jolteon set. And I think it was completely the correct Terra, and utilizing everybody's fear of Terra Blaziken to consistently make Jolteon work is impressive. I've been very impressed with that this season. So I mean, I've never seen anybody get this much out of a Jolteon.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, well done. Blaziken never even has to hit the field, so.
Nah. Well, that's the thing. Blaziken never hit the field. Mola and Pekka have used one move each and are at 100%, Like, yeah, this is... Eesh. Warpig doing what Warpig does, right?
Yes, very much so. Another extremely comfortable victory. And
I don't have anything to say for this game.
I wish I had more as well, but I really don't have much.
Not everything has to.
We've been going for almost 2 hours anyway, so
let's finish it up. There was quite a lot of close games this week. Every game was a 1 or a 2-0 except for that last one there.
Yeah.
It
was a fun group of games to watch.
Yeah. Mine and Mez's was really close and cool. Nick and Zeus's was really close and cool. Your game was also close and cool. Ziggy's, again, I mean, I would say that's probably less cool than the other three.
It kind of ended in a little high score stall, but if that's your thing, then you had fun.
Yeah, but that's not my thing.
Yeah.
Albie and Lance's game was just kind of funny. Leafeon's and Greninja's was interesting for sure. Josh's was hype. Josh, if he played like that every week, he would be like playoffs every time, easy.
Yeah. He's definitely got the potential to do that. I really believe in his skills quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's just a little more consistency would all that be required.
Yeah. All right, let's check out the standings real quick. So we still have Steeler. This is Steeler. Trust me, guys. Don't worry about it. It's Steeler. Right at the bottom, as she is. Me, Chris, and Bacchus are still all fighting it out to not come last. Yeah, I am doing the best in not coming last. Congrats to me, I guess.
Wonderful.
Actually, Albie and Zeus are all going 2 and 3, still just barely out of playoffs. All still doing well enough to make a comeback. Zeus with having a lot less diff, a little less so, but definitely still usable. Probably 2-3 -4. I don't feel is that bad. Not great though. I mean, my 1-4 -6. I'm still happy with that fact. If it wasn't for like week 1 Warpig shenanigans, I would literally be 1-3 -1 -2. No, yeah, -1. You 5-0'd me. Like, how crazy is that? 1-3 -1. I feel like that would have been really cool.
Yeah, some very, very close games and a solid win, clearly.
Yeah. Anywho, moving to our 3-2 guys, we have a really wide range with Nick having 8 diff, Lance 5, going down to Josh and Beyond both at -2. That's a really 10 diff difference is crazy.
Yeah, very wide range.
Yeah. Then 4 and 1, Sean being Sean and just being that one little bit ahead of you as somehow usually. And then
Yeah, I know.
jumping another 10 diff to fucking war pick up the top here.
Yeah.
Motherfucker's
Yeah.
just insane, right?
Yeah, that's an extremely impressive differential halfway through the season. So,
Yeah. Yeah, that's wild. God damn.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we've got a really interesting season
Yeah.
raging on.
Playoffs race. Even at this point, playoffs race is looking incredibly interesting.
Yeah, no, I agree. A lot of names you maybe wouldn't have expected, and a lot of the old faces as well. So,
Nick having the easiest schedule ever, what can you say? I'm never gonna let him live it down. I don't care what anyone says. You can call me salty. I'm still right. All right, let's do end game prediction. Not end game. Just next week predictions, and we can wrap this shit up, shall we? You and Mez. I'm gonna be voting for you, my guy.
Okay. I don't want to vote.
You know what? Fair enough.
Then I don't want to vote on
Zeus and Ziggy. No. I'm definitely gonna be saying Ziggy.
I don't know. Zeus played well this past week. I'll vote him. Why not? And I thought Ziggy. Well, no, Ziggy off a loss. I like. Yeah, there we go. We'll go with that.
Fair enough.
I think he'll be motivated.
Me and Albie, I'm definitely gonna give it to Albie.
As am I.
Yeah. Sean and Nose. I wonder who I'm gonna vote for. How about you? Maybe should.
Yeah, unfortunately, I must go with tried and true.
Yeah. Chris and Axie, I always thought was gonna be an interesting game. Definitely still giving it to Axie.
Yeah. Yes. Our Scandinavian kings. This is close. You know what? Chris has been close all season. I'm gonna say he gets another one.
You think? Interesting. Then Beyond and actually no, this is where Aiden actually did take over. Yeah, week 6 is where he took over. So Aiden versus Beyond is definitely going to Beyond.
Yep, I will say that.
Sean and Warpig, Lance and Warpig. Now this was a game that I'm very interested in rewatching. I don't even remember who won it. Because while Warpig might be the absolute GOAT this season, Lance is king of the weird shit. He always finds weird ways of winning games.
That's true.
And I could definitely see him doing something that just shocks Warpig so much that it costs in the game. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. Come with all the innovation. Who knows?
Exactly right. So I'm gonna go for an upset with Lance here.
Sure, I'll throw my name in with that.
And then Leafeon versus Josh. Now Leafeon's definitely got a lot to fight for here. This can get him the win he needs to get out of the loser squad down the bottom. Whereas Josh just came off a really good win against Axie. So they're both in high standings, I feel. I actually don't know who I want to vote for, to be honest. What do you think?
I'm gonna say I really like Josh's performance this week. I'll say I think he follows that up with another good one.
Yeah, definitely feels reasonable. I'll go against you this time and just vote Leafeon anyway.
Go for it.
There we go. All right. Well, that is us done for the day. This is okay. Funny quick thing, Gray. So usually these only go for about an hour and a half, maybe hour 20, right? But the last 3, so week 3, 4, and 5, this one have all been my longest 3 of these breakdowns ever. I have no idea why. It's just how it's been.
Maybe there's more games in a week this season, for one thing, but But also, I don't know. Maybe they're getting more interesting. Who knows?
Some of
These
them
are all been a
definitely
lot of them
are.
very close. Yeah.
I think adding in these new
But
guys has definitely brought about a more competitive edge to the server.
no doubt, no doubt, it's been fantastic for the health of the league.
Yep.
I'm very glad they're here.
All right, well, that's gonna be it from us. So, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe on your way out, and I will see you dudes in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye.